Now, this is the type of shit I really do get up into, you know? Sorry, being around for a minute. Something happened to my TikTok. And Bouncer, I hope it had nothing to do with you. Because I know you like to flag from time to time. But find out it was you that flagged my shit down. Bro, trust me, one thing. Trust me. You don't want me on your back, my nigga. I've took down a number of YouTubers over my time. You don't want me on my back because you are light work, my friend. And I just want to, please don't let me find out it was you that did it. Okay, don't let me find out. But anyway, boom. How y'all doing? Shout out to the ruin and fuck the haters. We're gonna get into this right now. Bounce is talking about some I don't even know actually. Let me see the title. Can someone tell these racist bacons to have some something else at the end? Anyway, boom. We're gonna get into this and see what the hype is about. You know, I've been looking at some backlog things and I've been seeing if people don't speak about this matter or that matter, then it means something. It means you don't care. Well, then I've been saying that to you about Bouncer about, you know, what you speaking about, what Asians be up to. Shit like that. Get me? Selective view, innit? Like, you know what I'm trying to say? As long as you don't get to talk about it, and other people do, right? But anyway, I'm not even gonna sit here and get mad and think it was you that flagged me. Let's get into this content. Your boy Seven's gonna keep it real today.
Okay. So my people, listen, you see these far right bacons, and when I say they're bacons and I start mentioning the nonce name and boom, 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 someone send a message to Andy Hood and Simon Moon and tell them to literally have some respect, have some decorum, bro. Have some decorum. For one, this is the bacon. I've never seen him before, but this is a bacon, you get me, Simon Moon. Yeah? This is the bacon Simon Moon, and you know already you got the bacon Andy Hood. And see, one thing that angers me, and I have to be internet ready. I have to tell the news, troll a little bit, and boom, 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 but don't, get me, don't crash out because it's not going to end well. Real Brit, real talk, please behave yourself and have some manners. Like, there's a Professor Jason Hardy, get me? And he took his own life, safe to say. He was found unalive in his home because of far-right media racism, bro. Now, that is mainstream media. You're not a mainstream media. You speaking on this, bro. Who are you? You're nobody. You're just someone that pushes a fake narrative. You are a far-right nonce. You're the extreme racist far-right nonce. That's it. My problem is extreme far-right racists. So if you fit that pocket, bro, people that hate Muslims, they hate migrants, they hate anyone that is not white British. If you fit that hole, you fit that's you, then the shoe fits. You should be angry at this. If you don't, you're not a racist, you shouldn't be angry at this. And this is the disrespect that my man thinks he can say.
Fucks, you've got some gall about you. I didn't even report on this young man because, frankly, I've got no empathy.
Wait, listen.
I tell you what, you lefty jihadi fucks, you've got...
What's this got to do with Muslims? Or jihadis? What? Like, why are you mentioning jihadis, you lefty jihadis? What's this got to do with Islam? Because I know you're referring to Islam. What has this got to do with Islam, please? But listen to him.
Got some gall about you. I didn't even report on this young man because, frankly, I've got no empathy for anyone that takes their own life. All my empathy would go towards the family that have now got to live with them.
You got no empathy for no one that changes their own life, that takes their own life. Yeah, this seems interesting. Let's hear what he's got to say.
Andy Hood, don't talk too quick, bro. Get me? This thing is very common. This thing, God forbid, it could happen to a member of your family. It could happen to your son. It could happen to him. So let's just be mindful and have decorum. You get me? And Andy, obviously you have that privilege. So the whole of the internet is not going to do a smear campaign. And you lot tried to do a smear campaign on me and it didn't work. I'm still here. It didn't work. None of you lot affected me. All of you pages came for me, bro, and none of you lot affected me. And I can still, to this day, the 18th of August, and say extreme far right or nonsense. How about that? And I'm still here. How about that? So, yeah.
Got to carry on knowing what happened to their family member. That's where my empathy goes. So I didn't really bring this up, but when I start seeing you lefty jihadi fucks blaming us on the right for
What is your obsession with Muslims? This is a professor that has, you can see what's happened, bro. Why are you even speaking? Stop speaking on black people's business. You have no, get out of black people's business, respectfully. Like, and I hate, you see these racists, they think they can just say anything.
It's death. No. Let's explain a few things, shall we? Number one, it was your DEI, your desperation to have a young black man at the top of the pyramid. It was your desperation, you lefty fucks.
This guy is delusional, bro.
That believed every lie. Didn't check him. You was just so desperate to have your black champion that you never questioned anything. And you built him this massive bubble. And then when someone with some common sense came along and started backtracking and looking at the bloke's past and found out he'd lied about everything.
No, he didn't, though. No, he didn't, bro. Bro.
Absolutely everything.
Well, I looked into some things and I hear it was not lies. You know, I did see one video from one guy. I think he was in a car talking about he was in school with him and all this stuff, blah, 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 blah. You know, people need to understand things here. You do have things like agents out there. It could be, he could have went to school with him though, but you got to be careful. People are so low IQ these days. They fall for the trick. They love shorts, you know, like YouTube shorts, IG shorts, and they go with what they hear in that 1 minute. You know, and that's what fucks people up. But anyway, more to this. Let me speak on this because I played it for a minute. It's funny how this situation right here is well, this man right here is kind of saying he's got no feelings, he don't care about what's going on. You know what's funny about that though? But ironic or dangerous. You know, white people, right? Because of the non-melanin in their skin, they're more subjected to suicidal actions. Why do you think in their relationships, the man takes his life a lot? Why do you think in white people's relationships, madness happens and burying people in their garden, family members and stuff like that? Do you understand? How many white relationships have you heard where the man has took his life? So this should not be a laughing ordeal. This category is a white category because white people are more substantial to committing suicide. So for this man to come up on this stage, well, make this video and start talking in the way he's talking, then it is mad crazy because black people do not take their lives like that. And it's down to melanin, you know. You have to look it up. It's another superpower black people, your government and your scientists and your teachers have failed to tell you. That's why white people commit suicide more than any other race. And people with fair hair, you know, for lighter skinned people, yeah, are suicidal. Black people are not. So for this man to be pushed to the edge, he's probably had mental issues or he had a lot of hassle, a lot of, you know, they were coming for him, in other words. They wanted him to kill himself. They probably knew he was a bit off key and pushed him to that edge.
His whole bubble burst. And because you'd all patted him on the back for years and years, he had no mental strength. So his only way out,
He's lost the plot.
because he was so humiliated, was to do what he did. So don't blame us. It was your ideology that brought this on. Nothing to do with the right. We just reported on the news, which I didn't even do. So why you're sending me all this shit about him, I don't know.
Bro, it's not, bro, like I said, you are not mainstream news. You are just a far-right extreme racist. You're bottom of the barrel.
And they're all one and the same. But carry on.
You're not mainstream far right. You're not mainstream far right racist. You're far right extreme, bottom of the barrel. Like no one cares. You just push fake narratives. That's what you do. People see you for what you are. Nothing else, bro. Like that's it.
I will say this though. There are difference in racist people out there. There's racist people that like to work in the shadows, that don't want to be exposed, that don't want to hear their people going out there making up all sorts of noise, like, you know, causing commotions and stuff because it messes plans for them, you know? So that's what bouncer means. You got the ones that are messy and the ones that are trying to do things in the background. You know, the ones in the background are more dangerous technically, you know? But, yeah.
Nothing else. Respectfully. Yeah? Just understand that.
No, real Bret out.
And this one here.
I've seen so much bitching and falling out about this professor geezer.
It's bitchy when you take your own life. I mean, white people, you know better. You know better than us. If you want to call it bitching, then I guess it's okay in your community. Men taking their lives in relationships, stressing at work and stuff like that. And the females, I guess it's okay. You want to call it bitching and stuff. A man taking his life through stress and whatever, you know, the same thing that happens to you guys. And cool, call it bitching. So any man that takes his life in a relationship and shit, they're bitches, right? I just want clarification of the true English language. You know, the bitch is a man that takes his own life is a bitch. I want all you white men that are struggling right now in your relationships to understand that, okay? And it's not my words, it's your own people's words, okay? Because I don't think y'all bitches. I think it's fucking serious. Even my cousin Mark Key, who rest in peace, he's mixed race. He took his life through the stress he was getting from his white girlfriend.
Jason Hardy, it's unbelievable. Creators getting attacked for what they're saying. Well,
No one's getting attacked. And listen, Simon Moon, bro, get out of black people's business, bro. This is not, bro, don't be doing, have some respect furthermore. Have some decorum.
I mean, after what's been going on for the last few weeks, bounce out, yeah, I'm kind of surprised that this dude's jumping up, talking shit about like English blacks, so we call it, yeah, not the immigrants, you know, as in the immigrants that have just coming over, messing up stuff. So I'm surprised. Like, let me tell you a secret, not even a secret, a fact. There's a war coming to these streets. You know, people, you're gonna have to pick a side, and a war is coming to these streets. You know what I'm trying to say? And I've called this out years ago about this topic. I called it out years ago. So, yeah, it is what it is. Just be ready for war. And if you're not ready for war on the streets, stay in your house, people. Okay, you know, there's a war coming on the street that's going to be blamed on Islam and immigrants. But let's see who gets caught up in the war. All right? As long as nothing comes to my door, I don't have to do anything stupid. Do you understand? But at the same time, I welcome it because I feel like that's probably why I'm here and not born in a different generation where the rest was waiting for the end days to come, waiting for Jesus to come and all that shit. And they lived all their life and it never happened. And if I'm alive in that generation, then I'm alive for a reason. I'm here for a reason. I'm here for that fight. Do you understand? Otherwise, I should have missed this like the rest of the years that have gone past. Like all those innocent people thinking that the war is about to end. You know.
Respectfully.
this is what I think about it. At the end of the day, he put himself to sleep. Nobody knows why or the reason, but everybody's attacking him.
No one knows why or the reason. Are you?
No, man. So listen to me. He's right, because when white people in a relationship and a white man takes his life, or a woman, or mainly men, it's hard to understand why would you do that over a woman. So no, we don't know why even whites do it. You know, because why? So yeah, I mean, I'm listening to them. I'm listening to him right now because they're gonna have more answers. So maybe his answers are gonna make sense to what we need to know. Why this black man took his own life? Was it harassment? What like? Why was it like? What happened? Did he really take his own life, or was he killed? And they tried to make it look like that because we're not suicidal like that. So it's so many questions, so many questions. But I'm learning.
Living in a different planet. Please, someone send him this video. Ask him, is he living in a different planet? Please.
Each other and blaming each other. Now, in my opinion, when a person decides they've had enough of being alive and breathing fresh air and they want to do something like that to themselves, there's only one person to blame for this, and that is him. Who's blaming who for what?
So are you saying to me, right, if a woman's walking down the road and she gets raped, you gotta blame her for it because she was walking down the road at that time? Let's try a different one. Like if a man's in a relationship and he really loves his wife and his kids and stuff, and his wife keeps cheating on him and she won't listen to him and she won't stop the madness, and she keeps blaming him for everything, and she blatantly gets caught cheating all the time, and then he can't take it no more and he takes his own life, I should blame him. Well, I can see what you're saying with that one. He took his own life. I mean, like, even though he worked his whole life to keep his family going, he really loved her, and then he couldn't take it no more and took his own life. I mean, I should blame him. Yeah. I mean, best, Mister, whatever your name is. It's kind of sad to think that way, isn't it? It's kind of low IQ to think like that. But let's just rock it with this white guy.
Reason, I don't know. But why?
Once you don't know, bro. Guys, you see these bacons, bro. They're just baked. This is why I always troll them. I will never make alliances with them. I never ever want to make alliances with them. I never ever want to make friends with them. I don't want ever there to be some area of like a truce, bro. You get me? They're enemies, bro. Like, in the sense of they hate. If you are not white British, they hate, man, bro. That's just what it is. They hate Muslims. Their narrative is their narrative. That's just what it is.
I fall out about it. At the end of the day, he did this. Nobody else. So stop attacking each other about it. He's the issue. He did it himself. Nobody made him do it. He did it. And at the end of the day, that's the only person that could be blamed for this. That's him. Because he's obviously got a weak...
Not the people pushed him towards it. Not the people that pushed him towards it. Remember that, everybody. He just done it off his own back, yeah. And it happened just overnight. Just happened. He went to sleep one night, woke up the next day and just took his own life. And yeah. By his books, no pressure. It's like someone getting bullied in school and then they take their life. You gotta blame the guy that took his life, because he didn't have to, because he could have just lived getting bullied and going through stress and probably dying from that stress, getting beat up every day, getting his money took off him or for her. Don't blame. No. You blame the person that took their life. You blame the person getting bullied. All right. That was pushing that direction. That's what you do. Okay. So we're going to go by their rules from now on. This is the rules of the UK. Okay. We're hearing it right now. You get me? We're hearing it right. Not the rules of the UK. Sorry, wrong word there. But like, we're getting a proper understanding on committing suicide. Who should be blamed? No influence from the pressure. Just you get blamed, okay?
Mind. Intelligent, but obviously very weak emotionally. I'm not saying more about it now. That's my part said. Evening.
Fucking idiot, man.
Very weak emotionally. I'm starting to feel a bit sad for white people. Is that how you are? Very weak emotionally? Is that why you take your lives? It's because, like, he don't know black science. He's telling us white science, white biology right now. You understand? And he knows it happens in his community. He hasn't mentioned it though, but he knows this. So if you're weak emotionally and all that, then damn, looks like, It's not just this that's a problem. There's a problem within your community too.
You're an idiot, man. Get me? Simon Moon. Why do all of you lot buy me a coffee? Like,
Bouncer, I'm kind of sick or tired of you saying this. Buy me a coffee is donate. Donations. Okay? That's all it means. There's nothing wrong with putting that. Stop mentioning it because you sound stupid. All right? It's basically saying if you want to donate right here. Okay, Bouncer? It's simple. You're supposed to be internet ready, Bouncer. And you say some of the silliest things, man. And you keep mentioning this, you know. God damn, buy me a coffee means donate. If you want to donate, you can donate. Buy me a coffee. In other words, just donate what you can. A coffee's like £2.50 or something like that, right? So if you're saying buy me a coffee, just, yeah, man, throw me a change. But they don't expect £2.50. They expect something like a 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and whatever. You still donate. Okay, Bouncer. YouTube ready. YouTube lingo.
why do all of you lot put that in your bio? All the extreme racist far right always put buy me a coffee. Get me? This guy with these fake narratives all the time. Look,
I don't need to put
look, stop with these fake videos. It's true. Get me? Look.
propaganda out there. You guys do it all yourself, so you can keep putting this in my comment sections all you like, but it's true, okay? Loads of bikers are on their way to Michigan right now in the USA because of this happened. There was an altercation between some Muslims and some
You're
bikers
obsessed with Muslims, bro. Obsessed.
because Michigan
Like I said earlier, a war's coming to these streets, you know, and real talk, I mentioned this years ago, 3, maybe 4 years ago, you know, and it's clear that a war is coming to the streets because people are being pushed and poked. Do you understand? And yeah, it has started over there in America. Asians are getting beat up like a motherfucker. They're leaving America, Muslims are. They're leaving the UK, Muslims are. The good ones, I'm talking about the hard-working ones. So yeah, there will be a war. You know why? Because the fucked up ones are going to be left behind, and some of the good ones that are left over that choose not to leave. And I'm not talking about Muslims. I'm talking about black people in there. So mind who you aim your fucking YouTube guns at. You understand what I'm saying? Like, mind who you aim your YouTube guns at. There's a lot of black sleeping giants that are just here trying to sleep, you know, while y'all get into your little mess shit. Do you understand? I want to know where all the more. You know what? I come out of prison here, 2006. No, was it 2006? And it was like, I can't remember I think it was 2006. I can't remember yet. And I remember when I come out after 5 years, yeah, and I couldn't see no man them on road. I could see the crews was there, they were there, but they weren't there like it used to be. You know, all the giants, a lot of the giants have been removed. I heard mans had left, I heard mans was locked, I heard mans was dead and stuff. And I thought to myself, I just missed the timeline where, like, you know, the society and shit changed at that point. And I was like, yo, like, what's going on? Like, yeah, how come? I just noticed a little change at that moment. Or was it 2000? I can't remember. Maybe it was 2016 or something. Yeah, like, I noticed and everything could change. Like, you know, literally, like, you know, it's just a different era. You know, because the crew era from like the 80s, 90s upwards was like Burgers of Johnny era. I say it like that. Yeah, was the bad man era. Do you understand? And so when I come out of prison, that was still going on, but it was fading off. I noticed people had gone missing and stuff. And the next thing you know, mumble rap came in and all this stuff. Like, well, it wasn't that fast, but what I'm trying to say is I just noticed the streets have changed. I noticed the streets have changed, and like these new gangsters that was around, and that, you know, it was watered down. And now look at, I'm still around. You know, I know there's a lot of sleeping giants out there. Anyway, that's what I'm saying. there's a lot of sleeping giants out there. So, yo, mind your action, because listen, me, myself, and I'm fighting for my people. Get me? So I'm not saying I'm going to go out there and start fucking up innocent people. No. But if there's a rumble that's going to happen, if he comes to my door, if I hear any talks about black Jamaicans and this, that, the other, then it's on. It's fucking on, man. If I'm here for the last fight, if this is the last fight, then it's the last meal. You know what I'm saying? Then we're gonna get it.
Because Michigan is becoming unrecognisable, like a lot of cities in England. Now the Americans don't want what's happening in England and across Europe happening over there. So the biker made a call out on the internet, and the bikers responded. They are turning up there now in Michigan. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm not there. But to keep saying that I'm full of shit.
You're full of shit.
I love how I'm just right all the time and stuff, you know. I love how I've said things in the past, and if I dig deep enough, I could find it where I've said it in the past, you know. And yeah, I mean, just looking at this image, I've always said America follows England, England follows America at different times. That's why I post a lot about an American stuff. I try to show people, connect the dots without telling them to connect the dots. See which ones are brainy or not. Yeah, but what did you just see? The guy showed you an example of America in hope that they would give the English confidence to do the same man up, right? It's all following. America follows England. England follows America. It depends what the story is. Depends who starts the story first. Do you understand? But when I was bringing things about COVID, when COVID first started happening, like people were saying to me, oh, it's not the same. That's American business. Why are you trying to always talk about American business, align it to England business? It's not the same. Da, 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 da. Only that happens in America. And I was like, listen, use your brain. Use your brain, and now you've got folks on these things showing you American shit, hoping that they ride the same way. Okay, listen, I'm too good at what the fuck I do, you know. I've been doing this shit for years. Might not make sense to y'all, but trust me when I say I predict futures, yo. I predict futures. And I'm telling you, there's a war coming to this street, whether you want to believe it or not. I'm saying, GR, be ready. Y'all, people that don't want to be involved with it, and it's when it happens, stay inside your fucking yard. Protect your people. Do you understand?
You just push, and that's where it is. People just don't trust your content. They know you're gonna flipping push some little angle. That's all it is.
We'll see, won't we? Real Brit out.
You're not no real Brit. Look, you're bacon. You're bacon. You don't do. Look, this is how rate. Look
There's a new advert for Rottweilers. Roll the tape.
I'm afraid of dogs.
Yeah, you're going to be afraid of a dog. Look at him. He's going to have your gun.
Yeah.
Give me your face. See you two. I know where you are.
Yeah.
I'll catch you around here again.
Yeah.
See this boy?
Yeah.
Watch what he does to you. Fuck off.
A security camera with no
Yeah.
Watch what he does to you. Fuck off.
Wow, these people.
Let me ask you a question, Bouncer. Do you know why Asians don't like dogs? Or Muslims, Asians, I don't know, one of the two. Do you know why they don't like dogs? Well, in your next video, I want you to find out the answer and say it. I want you to find out the answer and say it.
Trust me, man.
Take Back My Country is rooted in white supremacy, and no one else can tell me anything different.
Yep.
I mean, tell me, why is there always a racist, Nazi-type group when there is the far right? Tell me. Honestly, I'd like to know. Even the word take. What do you mean you're taking back your country? From who?
Yep.
From who? You call people invaders. Invaders. People that settled in this country are calling them invaders. And yes, some of you be like, oh, it's just illegal immigrants, but most of you just don't like people of color. It is rooted in white supremacy. At the end of the day, you don't like seeing people of color do better than you in life. At the end of the day, a lot of this stems from the fact that a lot of people that support the far right see people of color doing better than them. They cannot stand the fact that people of color are doing much better than them. They hate it.
Right.
It makes them sick to their soul because this is a white country. And they seem to think that people of
Same as America, they seem to think black people ain't doing good and blah, blah, blah. You know, it's all smoke and mirrors. Yeah, and they hate the fact, especially, you remember back in the day, they used to take the piss out of black people when they drive nice cars, BMWs and stuff. Back in the day, black people used to get in fights. Police used to take the cars off them and all this stuff. Mans and that was like shouting shit at them, smashing up black cars and stuff because they was driving nice cars. This is real. This is what was going on. Do you understand? It's always been hate. Whenever black people rise, you know, white people like lower their heads. Not all whites, but a lot of them. Do you understand? But this is the question I've got. White people, especially for you that don't know, do you know that your history is deeply invested and you know, marked in racism? It's like in your bloodline. It's like you just like racist, like automatically. Like it makes me think, like, why are these people like this though? Why are they inherently like this? It's like it's built into their DNA. And no, not all, but god damn, listen, many of y'all act like you're not, but you are, you know you are, like you sneaky about it. So my question is this: why are you like that? Don't you ever ask yourself that question? But think to yourself, what has black people ever done to you for you to think that way? Oh, it's because they go on like this on the news and that, and oh, stop it. Because like I could say the same thing about white folks and other races, especially when you go out to your bars and clubs and stuff, and you go on like chimps, right? Chimping out, yeah. Like, come on, man. And we hear about rape and pedophile cases all the time. So what is the comparisons? Really? Because so I'm starting to think here in certain ways that everybody's an invader to this planet. Besides, let's say nobody got here, nobody was here, but black here got here first. And it's like, then everybody come after that. Let's say everybody's aliens, right? And black aliens got here first. And then the rest of y'all come after. And it's like, because we got here first, the rest of you aliens all teamed up to take over what we built. And in order to keep that down, you've all come up with an agreement, trading and all this stuff, you know, to keep these people down on this planet, because they got to the planet first and started building Wakanda and all these energy stuff that they came around and seen, and they couldn't even figure it out. But like, you know, they wanted our knowledge. Don't that sound like a easier way to explain what's going on, right? Let's forget that y'all come from black people. Forget that story. Let's just think everyone's aliens, but black people won the race and got here first. And because we won the race and got here first, you got haters, right? People hating. Don't that sound real?
I should always be on the bottom. Well, guess what? We're not going to be on the bottom, mate. We're going to the top, whether you like it or not. Motherfucker. You could have 50 people saying, take back my country, protesting. And I guarantee you, at least 15 of them have some type of root or some type of thought regarding white supremacy. And they deny it. But again, I'm going to say, why are there so many white supremacist groups? Make it make sense, please.
So true, man. Guys,
I have a really strong, irrational, maybe rational hatred. And there's not many things or people that I hate. But when I see black and brown people, forget the government, but just people that are normal citizens advocating for this as well.
Also, people don't talk about interracial marriages, right? Relationships, should I say. That's very racist. No one talks about these things. No one talks about interracial relationships where the woman's got like just a kid from let's say it's a black kid and she's dating somebody of a different race. You know, all these things happen, but no one talks about it. But as soon as the subject comes up, everyone wants to jump up and get their racist cloak on, you know.
The feeling and the vitriol I feel towards these people is really strong, because the idea that, and I get we're not all a homogenous group, but the idea that you could be in favor and supporting a policy that sends black and brown people. You said back to Rwanda. Most of these people have never been to Rwanda.
Did I say back to
you did, but that's okay. No, that's fine. But that's what makes it even worse.
Absolutely.
Do you know what I mean?
Because they don't care where Rwanda is just an arbitrary country, just as long as you don't come here.
Of course it is. Just go as far away as possible to that African country and just buy.
Yeah.
The fact that there's people that look like us and come from our communities that are in favour, and there's a lot of those people, it makes me angry.
Well, you know what they have to do, that they need to pay up them reparations, and you know that's what they need to do. Set Jamaica free, pay up them reparations. You know what I'm saying? So we can do up Jamaica and do up wherever the fuck else needs to be done up. You get me? And that's that. You know, they've destroyed our people. Destroyed our countries, destroyed our armies, destroyed everything, and that's got to account for something. So don't be jumping up and down talking about leave and shit when you owe us. You understand? And that's that. You understand? Other than that, it's on the streets, and I'm speaking for black Jamaicans, black. Let me just say black English. I'm speaking for black English right now.
It's true, man. So.
One thing I really dislike about experiencing racism or seeing stuff.
Okay, I'm not gonna sit here and listen to all these. I want to see the actual topic, and you're showing all different people. But you love making people talk for you, man. You understand? You gotta stop this shit, man. You understand? All you do is play clips after clips after clips. How about you watch the clips, learn the knowledge, and then speak it your way? You understand? God damn, man, you're a man now, you know. You know what I mean? At this point, you're just using people for their, you're just using people's shit and getting paid for it. At this point, guys, you need to stop that shit, man. You understand? Anyway, boom, I'm out, you know. Yeah, so as for this whole, you know, committing suicide stuff, I'm shocked, really, because it happens in the white community more than anywhere else, so they should know. But then again, it's a bit like the whole paedophile subject. Get these Muslims out here, they're touching kids and stuff, but you're not addressing their own people. You understand? So it's the same marker. It's the same marker. You know who we should feel sorry for? White women at the end of the day. Because at the end of the day, they're still going to get raped. If you get what I mean. Like, whether Asians or Muslims leave, they're still going to get raped. White men are going to come for them, like, and that's just facts. Like, I'm not dissing. This is no disrespect. I'm not dissing. No disrespect. No disrespect. I'm just telling you the facts, because no one's calling out get rid of all the pedophiles. Nobody's calling out get rid of all the troublemakers. No one is. All you're saying is get rid of one side of it, where it happens more on the side that you're trying to protect, right? So it's crazy. It's crazy. A lot of mental issues with people on this planet. You understand? Get me? And that's why, and that's the back off from people on this planet. You understand? You understand? Anyway, boom. Yeah, that's me done. I'm outie. Peace.